Hi everyone, today we're gonna build the 1/72nd scale Yamato first turret from Takom. The first thing that we have to do is to prime the whole model in black primer. After that, we highlight the model in white. I'm using lacquer paint and a sheet of paper to make the highlight look sharp. This will create some modulation effect. On some large panels, I paint on top of each panel and work the way down to create some color gradient. This will make the model look more interesting. Next, I paint small details with white acrylic paint. This will bring up all the small rises details on the surface of the model. Now for the base color. I'm using Mr. Color IGN Courier Ray. You just need to paint it lightly, one area at a time. Remember not to cover the previous highlight layer. Next, I'm adding some white to the last color and adding more highlights to the model. You can use the last highlight positions as a reference. This is very important because it will make the model look more interesting. But don't worry if you overspray, weathering will fix it. After that, I spray the whole model in lacquer thinner. This will reactivate the paint and blend them further, which will make the color transition look natural and smooth. Now, I paint all the small details with acrylic medium gray from Armor. And using that color to make the new chip and scratch. I don't have lots of pictures of the turret in real life, so I go for my imagination in some areas. Here's a trick I want to share with you. You can use a sponge for the final chipping effect. Now I'm adding the chipping using chipping color from Armor by painting over the previous step. After sealing everything with gloss varnish, I'm using a blue filter to tone and uniform the color. Then I use enamel thinner to clean it. Now, paint washes will focus on small details and use enamel thinner to clean them. This can be used as a streaking effect too. It later will be cleaned with a brush moist in enamel thinner. This will create some crumbs and streaking to the model. Now we move on to the rust streak. It is better to put where the chipping occurs. And now for the handrail. The one that came with the kit is just a nylon thread, so it doesn't look so good. I'm replacing it with a 0.1mm metal chain and gluing it with super glue.
"2,000 years later."
However, I later found out that using the metal chain is time-consuming, yet inefficient. So I switched to lead wire, which turned out to be very good. Just measure the distance between the two ends, cut the exact length. If the wire is not straight, just roll a ruler over it a couple of times and glue with super glue. Here is the result. Not bad at all. Now, I paint the railing medium gray. Here is the finished turret. Now we move to the deck. The turret ring, obviously, will be painted with the same color as the turret. The deck is painted in same brown. I'm using airbrusher flash to pick up the highlight of the wooden deck. Then I blend it by using enamel thinner. Next, I'm using a black and blue wash to pick up the details. After cleaning it with enamel thinner, I'm masking to paint individual wood blanks. When I'm happy with everything, I paint an acrylic own wood color over the deck which was covered with chipping fluid. Using a brush moist with water, I can create some texture to the deck. Using chipping color here will create some depth to the deck and clean with water because chipping fluid is still working. Let's wash the darker wood plank again to emphasize the shadow of the deck. When everything is dry, I'm using Citadel Contrast Guillemot Flash to make the deck look more realistic. And there you have it, the finished deck. Just some more small finishing touch and we will have our final model. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys like my work. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future.